Brought to you by Sip for Your Cause.
Welcome again to another episode of Let's Talk Nonprofits, a show where we discuss best practices to help nonprofits improve in the area of increasing awareness, funding, sustainability, and ultimately impact. And we do that through great conversations with nonprofit leaders, thought leaders in the areas, experts, and so today there's no difference. We have one of our great leaders in the nonprofit community that is here to share what his organization is all about, how they provide best support for nonprofits organization, and some other things. So stay tuned and stay checked in. Would like to also thank our show sponsor, Sip for Your Cause. Without them, this wouldn't be possible, and we have been going on for several months, almost, I think, at a year or just over a year, I think we're approaching, and we're so proud to have our supporters, and we want to say thank you to Sip for Your Cause. So visit them at sipforyourcause.org and find out how they might be of assistance to your organization. So today, we are blessed to have the National Association of Nonprofits Executive Director and Founder, Mr. Blair Anderson. Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So we are here, and we want to find out because this is a fresh organization, and we're excited about what they're about to do in the sector and what they have been doing. So we're going to allow you to hear about what they're all about and how you can take advantage of the opportunities that they provide. So first of all, Mr. Anderson, let's find out what exactly is the National Association of Nonprofits.
The association is a membership-based organization, and basically what we're doing is we're helping startups and grassroots nonprofits. We find that there's a lot of information that they need. They need a lot of assistance in getting from that level that they start out, getting to that next level. So through a variety of workshops, resources, consultants, we provide those tools and resources that they need to take their organization to the next level.
Very good. And guys, you know, those of you who are at that startup position or even the thought position, because I think you'll help them if they have an idea.
Exactly. You know, one of the things that I tell a lot of people when they're thinking about starting a nonprofit, you actually start 2 years prior to actually filing for your 501c3.
Wow.
Because it's a process of building constituency, buy-in from the public, buy-in from people who will serve on your board. So it's a process in itself that just doesn't start when you file that 501c3 with the IRS.
Yeah, you know, on the show we're always pulling out nuggets, and I tell you, Mr. Blair Anderson has just come out firing already. So because that, I must admit, out of all the times we've had guests, even when we've been in different other locations and we're talking, I think that's the first time I've heard that in terms of look at it as a 2-year process.
Right. And like I said, a lot of us, we have ideas. We are passionate about certain causes. But everybody else isn't. So what's going to help sustain your organization is find the right network of people who believe in your cause and will help you build it.
I like that. The first nugget of today is, again, want you to look at when that filing that 501c3, look at it as a 2-year period. So that where you're building the support. I'm just telling you right now, I'm just shaken by that because that is profound. And again, like I've admitted, you know, I've never heard of that philosophy. I've never heard of that approach, but I can see the importance of that. So again, you know, our first nugget for today, guys, is make sure that when you're filing that 501c3, that is just the beginning of a 2-year process to do those things. I want you to remember that you can go back and view the show. I'm stopping right now to let you know because I want you to go back and review this and get all of this good information you're going to get. Like we said, he's just opened his mouth for the first time, and we have some great information, so I know there's a lot more to follow. So get that pen and pencil. Just stop that show right now and gather your paper and make things happen, especially for those of you if this is your first time watching. Those of you who are regular viewers and followers, we know you're there ready. So let me ask, what is the structure of the organization?
Well, we are a nonprofit ourselves, and so we are have a board of directors. I serve as the executive director, and so within our umbrella of the association, we have a number of consultants. So within our organization, as the nonprofit, as the association, we provide consulting for a membership fee, you get a certain amount of hours of free consulting. We do monthly webinars, workshops. One of the main things that we're trying to do and establish on a monthly basis are these network mixers. And we find that very important because just with my consulting with a lot of these nonprofits, one of the hardest things that they have is getting the right people on their board.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of us, when we start our nonprofits, we reach out for the people that we know to come and say, be a board member. But when you're really trying to grow and expand your organization, unfortunately, your friends and your family don't have the connections, the resources, or the talent to take you to that next level. So within our network mixers, what we're doing is we're inviting the business community to come and be a part of this. And we're saying, hey, take a look at the other nonprofits out here besides the big boys such as American Red Cross, United Way, and look at who's doing a lot of the work in your community that you serve.
Yes.
We know that a lot of the people in the business community, they have to kind of, so to speak, put a check mark in the box if they want to move up the corporate ladder, or if they have aspirations for going out into other fields as far as politics or things, or just to get their name known. And a lot of them are sincerely wanting to give back to their community. So the thrust behind these mixers are saying, hey, you know, if you're going to give, you know, if you're going to do give back to your community, look at these smaller ones, these that really could use your help. Unfortunately, you know, I'm not saying unfortunately, but these larger organizations are kind of on autopilot.
Gotcha.
They have the infrastructure already there. They have the ability to have professional fundraisers, so they're going to grow anyway. Yeah. So we say, you can go sit on those large boards and kind of twiddle your thumbs and be a bump on a log, or you can actually come to these smaller ones where they're here and help them come up here. Yes. That's going to make a bigger impact on your resume because you can say, I really made a difference within that organization.
Yeah. I like that. I like the whole idea of you helping them to connect with individuals they otherwise would not connect. Yeah. So again, our second nugget is he just described the structure of the organization, but really what it got down to, as you heard, and I want you to pull out and make note and reach out to him when we get to the point where we allow him to share that information. But actually it's well, let me just back up and say this. As you were talking, visually I saw what is traditionally done in business networking. You know, that when you were talking, I saw how businesses get together and they network, they find individuals to be those key players in their business opportunities. And one thing that we always say on Let's Talk Nonprofits and get nonprofits to understand that you are a business.
Exactly.
So I like that, but I cannot remember anybody taking that stance to create that similar environment, you know, where people can gather and find out how to reach. So guys, again, so the first nugget, because I don't know where to direct you to go out there, is to stay tuned and find out where the National Nonprofit Association of Nonprofits will be holding these mixers so that you can get in that environment and find out, you know, if you can find individuals who can help fulfill those roles, key roles that Mr. Aaron has talked about. So I'm refreshed. I'm just being transparent, as they know I am who I am. Right. But I'm refreshed to hear that. I hear that it's just not another organization popping up doing the same exact things. Right. Because I always tell even the nonprofits folks, you know, who got this great idea, I'm like, is there somebody else out there doing it? You know, because I'm sure if you guys get together, you know, it won't be a need to create something new. But I'm hearing you say, and what I'm hearing you describe is unique. Right. And I think in the nonprofit sector that it's important. So you mentioned the structure, you mentioned the mixers, you talk about nonprofit organizations being able to get into support and assistance and access these webinars and these different workshops. So what is the membership fee, the structure? Is it yearly?
It's a yearly fee, and what we're asking is, okay, for $150 a year, you get access to all of this. Okay. Now, if $150 you can't do that, then we have another arrangement where it's $20 a month. But again, you're getting a wealth of information. You're getting access to our mixers. You're getting access to our webinars, our workshops at a discount rate. You know, a lot of times what we find is that there's other organizations such as Georgia Center for Nonprofit that does these type of workshops, but we notice that a lot of these grassroots organizations aren't able to make it to those sessions because of either cost or the time. So we try to be more user-friendly. We do our workshops, in the afternoons, in the evenings, starting usually around 5:30. If we have to break it up into 2 or 3 sessions, that's what we do, all to make it convenient. And then even our fees, our fees are anywhere from $99 to $150 for these workshops. If you're a member, of course, you get a discounted rate for that.
I'm looking baffled because all I'm hearing, it truly appears to me that you have thought about the nonprofit person. I was about to say nonprofit guy, but the nonprofit person who really and truly needs the support and the attention.
Right.
I mean, when you told me $150 for the year, I that right there speaks to what your intentions are. You were about to say, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. But, we also have other members. We have what we call our alliance partners. And that's basically our consultants who help us out. We, as an association, can only give limited resources and help. So when these organizations need more, they have our alliance partners. So we're not just referring them to anybody, but they're people who believe in what we're doing to enough that they've come in, they've became a member of our organization, and then we refer them, and they have to meet our certain creed and ethics and our moral standards also.
So you vetted them, and the
Right.
people don't have to be concerned whether or not they're able to fulfill what they're seeking. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. I really like what I'm hearing, guys. So let me just ask you this. So right now, is it in place? Is it operating? Or
Yes,
is it
we are operating. Actually, we kind of grew a little bit faster than I anticipated, so we're kind of like in the process, in a way of revamping. We had an original website. We took that down, we're revamping it. So we have our landing page up that talks about our mixer tomorrow. And so we're really building that, because what we've done is the Full Circle group is the group that's doing our website. So we have partnered up with them to have starter websites for our members. So this is a product of, not a product, but service that we're giving. We're trying to give value to our members. So with the fact that, yes, you can go get a website with Vistaprint or Wix or Weebly or whatever, but a customized website, and we're not talking starting out at $1,000 as most of them, but you can do more with it. And part of that is you get workshops that talk about how do you use your website to market your organization.
Good. I'm hearing some great things, and I tell you, I'm excited. I'm excited to find out more. I'm finding out how we can become involved. Let's Talk Nonprofits, and figuring out how we can help this initiative. But this has been a great start, and I'm just excited. So, guys, you probably have missed this by now if you're looking at this show in terms of the mixer tomorrow. But I'm sure, and I won't put him on the spot by asking, if they have a date for the next one already to go ahead. But we're going to give you information. In fact, we're going to prepare to go to a commercial break. But we're going to ask Mr. Blair Anderson to share how you can get in contact with him, his organization, so that you can stay in tune and you can stay up to date with all of the great things that I'm hearing that are coming out and moving forward. So how can they get in touch with you, Mr. Anderson?
Well, you can either go to our website, which is the National Association of Nonprofits .com, or it's naonp.net. Okay. You can reach me personally at 850-293-7908, and we do have an office number. And unfortunately, because I don't stay in the office much. I don't have it memorized, but I can get that to you.
But you have the most important thing right there. You don't need the office number. That he gave you that, so you don't have to worry about someone going to be there to answer or not. So, but no, guys, please. I think you've heard in this first segment sufficient information for you to step out and inquire of the information that will help you get started. And if you're already started and launched, we're going to come back in the next segment and we're going to discuss that further. So we want to again take this time to go to a commercial break to thank our sponsors.
What happens when soldiers come home? Brene Foundation offers hero support to ensure that our heroes abroad can continue to be heroes at home. We link veterans with organizations who are dedicated to guiding the transition from military hero to civilian hero. If you want to find out how you can support our troops at home, please contact the Brene Foundation or visit brene.com.
Does your son need a more challenging, focused, and encouraging educational environment? Renaissance Christian Academy is an affordable private school for boys located in McDonough, Georgia, with certified teachers that are uniquely equipped to help your son master learning. You're welcome to schedule a tour of our facilities by calling 770-305-9881 or by visiting our website at rcaboysacademy.org. Renaissance Christian Academy, developing young men to be great leaders through Christ-centered learning.
Welcome back, and again we do thank our sponsors and our advertisers for making this opportunity and this platform possible. We want to continue with this great conversation that we're having with the National Association of Nonprofits Executive Director, Mr. Blair Anderson, and we want to move into that segment where we will talk about those of you who already have passed that phase of filing your 501c3 application. You've already done maybe that 2-year period that Mr. Anderson addressed and referenced excuse me, in the previous segment, but you've been running a little bit, you've been out there. We want to find out exactly how the National Association of Nonprofits can be a benefit to you. So as we begin, Mr. Anderson, let's address that. So you have these organizations who've been in existence,
Right.
And you know, what's there available for them? What's the benefit for them becoming a member of the association?
Well, what we find that with the organizations that have already been going on for a year or two or maybe 3, they're trying to get themselves to the next level. They've probably been operating it by themselves as a one-man team. That's what I find mostly, is that person who's founded, they're the executive director, chairman of the board, CFO, everything for the organization. And so what we're trying to do is we have a series of workshops that can assist them in, okay, how do I put the infrastructure into my organization now? How do I develop my board? You know, what's the role of my board?
Yeah.
A lot of times people just have a board and they're a name.
Yeah.
But the board is very important. They give you direction. They give you boundaries, because sometimes as an executive director, and if we are the founders, we just go everywhere.
Yeah.
But you need that structure so that you can stay on course. And then you need it because the IRS requires it.
Yes, because while you were talking that segment, I'm like, okay, you better. Very good point. I want to ask you, because I heard you talk about the organizational structure. Now, when you say that there are consultants who help provide these workshops, what is the title of those?
Well, they're like our alliance partners.
Alliance
they come
partners.
on, and they there are actual members
Okay.
of our organization, and that's one of the requirements. Okay, you have to believe in what we're doing and see value in what we're doing. That, so to speak, you put your money where your mouth is. You know, we're not just referring our members to you, but you're going to have to give time. So part of what that is that they donate so much of consulting time to our members. They're the ones that are doing some of our workshops, doing some of our webinars. So we have a collection of various consultants with all types of backgrounds and experience. You know, from fundraising to grant management to board development, management, leadership. So everything.
Yeah.
You know, we have it covered.
Wow. guys, again, great information. So those of you who are already out there, been in the water, you've been swimming, sounds like you have some help here coming out there and getting in the water with you. So again, we want you to be able to reach out to the National Association of Nonprofits and find out how you can plug in. Determine what the best membership opportunities are available for you and your organization. I want to go, so now the organization is up and running or become a member. You mentioned the services in terms of workshops and those type things, and I've heard you say that every phase of the organization really you would have some, and as I'm speaking, I'm very visual, so I'm seeing these structures that goes up along the scaffolding. But you have support in every phase of the bit of operation. What I would like to know is, have you already set another schedule? Is there a schedule out there for your workshops that they will be able to go to, or is that being developed?
Well, we've already started planning for 2016.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we know that, past this month, we go into the holiday season, so we're just kind of like, letting it go for the rest of the year. We might put something together in that meantime as far as a mixer, but we're really right now focusing on 2016.
Okay.
Like I said, the organization has grown quicker than I anticipated, so I had to kind of pull back a little bit, revamp, so that we can really gear up and give maximum benefits to our members for 2016.
Sounds good. Guys, so again, reach out with the organization and give that website again.
It's www.naonp.net.
Okay, and give them that other one.
Okay, it's the National Association of Nonprofits.com.
All right, guys, reach out to them again. There sounds like some great things about to happen at the turn of the year, and you don't want to miss out. I would tell you that this is an opportunity for you to find out some fresh, creative ideas that are out here to provide support to every level of associations, so nonprofit organizations. So again, we're going to encourage you to reach out and find out more. Any other parting words that you would like to share?
Well, like I said, we are there for these organizations. Our main focus is to help sustainability.
Good.
We don't want to see, there's a lot of groups out there with a lot of good ideas and passion. And we don't want to see them get burnt out and just phase out into, second year or third year. But they need that support. And also, we also understand that there's a lot of duplication of services out there. We're not discouraging that because there's room for everybody. And because of the way that funding is, a lot of times these organizations that have similar services need to come together and understand what they're doing, because there's grants out there that this organization A may have 2 components of it and organization B may have 3. They team up for that larger grant. Money has dwindled down a little bit since the recession. So we're not saying disband or merge, but we're saying you need to come together, know who's out there, know who's doing similar services. That's another part of what our networking is about, is bringing all these organizations together so you know who's doing things out there. And as you can form symbiotic relationships.
We talk about on this show a lot about stop operating in silos and do exactly what you're talking about, reaching across and collaborating. And again, you're hearing it from someone that's out there in the midst of all of that, and he's giving the same advice. So again, we want to encourage you to look into the National Association of Nonprofits, find out what's going on, but don't be those who just want to wait a little bit and figure out, well, we're going to see how it turns out. Be one of those innovators and those who are not afraid of being in the first part of the wave and catch it while it's early and fresh and be a part of that process. Sounds like they're open to ideas as well as coming. So please, reach out to them, find out what's going on and how your organization can benefit and how your organization can be a benefit to the association. Well, you've heard some great nuggets today. I mean, he's given many, so we're going to encourage you to go back to www.naonp.net bizlinks.tv to see this episode again. Also, you can find it on www.youtube.com/bizlinkstv, our YouTube channel, and check it out. Also, stay tuned. We got a surprise for you by the end of the month, no later than next month. And I'll hold off on making that announcement, but you're going to be able to find some other nice places. So we're looking forward to having you join us over in that particular media realm. So we encourage you to always stay in tune with us, finding out how you can best put in best practices to help you increase your awareness, your funding, your sustainability, and ultimately your impact. We thank you for checking us out and being again involved, talking about nonprofits. So again, till we see you again. Oh, one more thing, we do want to recognize and thanks again our sponsors, Sip for Your Cause. Again, you can visit them at www.sipforyourcause.org and find out how they can be of assistance as well. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Let's Talk Nonprofits.